You're listening to His Empire of Dirt by Pearlandpine. Chapter 21. Michael Afton tries to think life is beautiful. Henry folds his arms across his chest. Bella and Clara had left early in the morning, not too long after explaining Bella's unfortunate situation to Henry. Henry, shockingly, did not shed a single tear. Instead, he only held onto the girl approaching the end of this mortal coil and hugged her tight, refusing to let her go. Now, he stands like a teacher cross with his students, Mike and William drinking water as they face down his wrath on the couch. So, which one of you idiots thought of the bright idea of getting my girlfriend high on acid? He says the drug's name like it's Lucifer himself. Immediately after finding out she is dying! Innocently, William sips on his water. Well, we really did find out during, if that makes a difference. Henry is fuming. She was crying, and you thought the best course of action was to do this? Fritz, I expected smarter of you. Maybe not him, but you. Hey, William says, pouting, and Mike's head is still a little bit light, but getting scolded at by his favorite person is enough to subside the high. Sorry, Henry, Mike mumbles. It won't happen again. You bet it won't. She had a good time, William defends. I don't think I've ever seen her so happy. At that, Henry's shoulders sag a bit, and he can't decide whether to frown or smile. Really? Yes, really. Tell him, Fritz. Mike shrugs. Yeah, she had a really good time, I think. Henry sighs. Okay. I am marginally less mad. Okay. Thank you both. All in a day's work, William says, to which Henry rolls his eyes at him. Mike watches his friend stand, and he inhales a sharp breath that he cannot hide. There's something there, in William's eyes, that hadn't been present when they were high, or when he was having a panic attack, or any of the other times in between. Well, maybe it had been there when he was holding the knife. William's eyes are completely vacant, like he's not really present in the room, like he's in 1985, murdering little children. Within the vacancy, darkness takes hold, and it looks like it's taking literally everything in him to not double over laughing at something horrendously not funny. Mike's frozen in fear, because it's Dad when he came home in 1985. It's Dad when he came back in 1993. It's Dad when he returns, again and again, because Dad always wins, even when he loses. Henry doesn't notice any of this, of course. He won't notice for decades and decades from now. Not until the children go missing, and he offers William one of his signature big hugs, and William accepts it. And when Mike stares at him in the corner of his eye, William's lips curl into a terrible smile. And Mike is back there, drowning. He had thought that they had been doing so much better. What the hell has happened? Fritz, Clara yells the next day, wiping her hands on her apron. Phone for you. It's Henry. Sounds pretty urgent. Ah, shit. Thank you. Mike cleans his hands on a rag and approaches the phone. Henry! What's going on? Fred, have you seen Will? Mike pales. No, man, I've been at work. Is everything alright? No, I just... He's been at the shop all day. He skipped class because of it. I can't get him out of there. I don't know what's wrong, Fritz, but he just laughs the whole time, and I can't... I don't know what... Henry, hey. It's alright. Just breathe for me, okay? Fritz, I can't help him. Then I can't do anything. Breathe, buddy. In and out. It'll be alright, I promise. I promise. Okay. Mike breathes in and out with Henry, clutching the phone in his hands until he's sure it's about to snap in his grasp. He's at the shop, right? He's not doing anything bad? No, but I'm worried for him. Don't be worried for him. Be scared of him. Be scared of him and run far, far away. Thank you. Thank you, Fritz. I feel better now. Just... Would you be able to go? I know it's a lot to ask, but he listens to you. He respects you. He... What? No way in hell does he respect me. You're my best mate. Oh, I know that, you moron. He mentions it to me, you know. Fritz sure does know how to talk to people, you know. Nothing like me. And I'll say that he's such a charmer. He knows how to talk to people. And he says, not like him. I don't know. I don't know. I just... Could you try, Fritz? Please? Mike feels entirely reinvigorated, because his father has literally never given him a compliment in his life. And it is entirely different to hear that William Afton is speaking of him kindly behind closed doors than to his face. Because to his face there's reason to lie. But not when he can't even hear the words he says. I'll go, Henry. I'll be there. Thank you, Fritz. Thank you 1,000,000 times over. And Henry cuts himself off. And Mike can practically hear him blushing on the other side of the phone. You are both my best friends. So it really does mean a lot to me. To that, thank you. Yeah. I'll call you when everything gets sorted out. Mike lingers on the phone for a minute before hanging it on the receiver. He heaves, steadying himself against the wall, and he looks up to the clock. He still has 2 hours left in his shift, but he can hardly stand the idea of William doing something so awful that it scares Henry senseless. He rushes up to Clara. Thank goodness it's a slow day today. Probably because no one wants to go out in this weather. Clara, I've got to go early. You look pale, Fritz. Is everything all right? Mike shakes his head. William. Say no more. Take my keys and goose it over to him. Shit, Fritz, I can't believe you all dropped acid together. If we don't know what's wrong with him, we don't know how that'll affect him. Mike gulps. He hadn't even considered that. You call me when you get over to him. Yes, ma'am. I'll tell Junior. Go. Make yourself scarce. Mike salutes her, tosses his apron onto the countertop, hops over it, and rushes to the car, trying once more to break a prophecy that he knows will always come true, but hopes to Christ, and even to the fucking devil, that at least, if the prophecy is true, that it is not self-fulfilling. I'll just about go mad if it is. I say I'll move the mountains. Mike lets the door close behind him. And I'll move the mountains. The entire room is submerged in darkness, and when he steps forward, something crumples underneath his boot. If he wants them out of the way. Mike shudders as sparks fly and illuminate both the spring bonny endoskeleton and his friend. Crazy, he calls me. Sure, I'm crazy. What? William? William stops singing and hums to himself. Oh, Fritz. I am absolutely over the moon to see you here. What are you doing, mate? Nothing. Don't be daft. Mike inches backward and feels against the wall until his hands reach the light switch. He flicks it on, and after the dim lights splutter to life, the room is lit. William is kneeling before the endoskeleton, his hands clad with rubber gloves, a blowtorch in his grasp, and his eyes are protected by large goggles. It's not his mechanical outfit that startles Mike. It's the unsettling smile on his friend's face, a plague against an otherwise tranquil expression. Cracks in ice, lightning in the sky, caverns in the ground. Mike turns to the floor with shaking hands, and William notices them in his peripheral vision. Then he remarks, "You all right? Looking at me like I'm balmy, you know?" And he keeps fucking laughing. He picks up what he had smushed with his foot, a paper torn from a journal. With a heart beating 1,000,000 miles per minute, Mike reads, Henry is so fucking brilliant. He saved my life in the water. He will always save me. He holds me at night and makes me feel human. Oh, I want to try and cut him open and see him bleed. Oh, I bet his blood is fucking gorgeous. He ought to worship me like God. Because really, that is truly what I am. Can they not see that? Can they not fucking see that? But Henry... Oh, Henry is so bloody brilliant. Blood. I need to see the blood so fucking awfully. Oh, I adore him. I fucking worship him. And if God worships him, oh, he is truly special. He is so wonderful. I want him. No, I need him so badly. I'm gonna make it so he can never leave me. Henry. Henry Afton. Henry Afton. Another paper. Clara is so fucking perfect for me. I want to shape her into everything I need, because she can give me the world. I can give her the world. We could burn it all to the fucking ground together, and her blood would be so beautiful. If I painted it on her skin, she should belong to no one but me. She's mine, just as they all are mine, and I'm gonna feel every inch of her. Oh, and I love her. I loathe her keep her safe and can fix her. I can fix all of them. I can. Won't you let me fix them? I will not let them break. I will not let her ever break. Clara Afton. My beautiful ballerina. Another. Isabella is gonna die. Another corpse. I cannot bear another corpse. I cannot take it. I don't want anyone else to die. She's so kind to me. Why do people die? Why do people always die around me? It's okay. It's okay. I'll fix her. I'll fix all of them. I'll finally fucking save somebody. Fritz is right. Fritz is right. Fritz is right. I could give instead of take. I could give them all new life and ensure none of them die. I could put them back together. And the last. October 20th, 1956. Weight 79.9 kilograms. Fritz told me I could give instead of take. That I should stop being selfish. Is it so selfish to want the world after not receiving it? Is it so Is it so selfish to want my new loved ones to never die? Is it so selfish to want to kill everything that plagues me? Fritz does not understand. He's cursed himself to be a hero. And I will show him that he is wrong. I can give, just as he said. However, I can take. I must. I have to show Fritz that he can take too. He said I'm his best friend, so I'll do what friends do, and I will show him how to take. Mike shakes until the papers tear in his grasp. William? Mike stammers, and he backs up against the door. Because it's going to happen all over again. But this time... No, not this time. Again. Once more. It is Mike's fault. Because Dad is going to take to prove to Mike that he can. And to prove to Mike that Mike can. And Fritz Smith is a monster. And Michael Afton is a monster. And they're all just monsters. You told me, William gently remarks, removing the goggles from his face, the circles under his eyes never darker, that it didn't feel good. That it's selfish to want to take. He chuckles a bit more, setting the blowtorch on the ground. He lowly whistles as he observes his work. The spring Bonnie endoskeleton is complete. Without much regard for Mike, William removes Bonnie's left arm, unwinds the springs, and situates his arm into it. Mike winces upon each spring loading into place, and soon William's arm is engulfed by machinery, and he waves at Mike without looking at him. You know it felt good, Fritz. If you killed your old man, it'd just about feel better than anything in the world. William, we're all worried about you. Don't be. Oh no, don't fret. I feel brilliant. We were high, and I saw so many wonderful colours. And those are colours I can only create if I take. He spins on his heel and stares at Mike with a manic expression. It was such a wonderful shade of red, Fritz. I need to see it. Once you see it, I know you will understand. Mike is frozen. Because William sounds so much like Dad, and he is so scared. He never should have come here. He should have killed Dad the moment he entered this new timeline. But he can never kill Dad. He'll never win. Tell me what's going on in your head, Will, Mike demands, attempting to conjure bravery to his voice and air to his lungs. You know what? I do not comprehend what the problem with being selfish truly is. For you and me especially, friend. They took everything from us. So let's take it back. Let's fucking take it all back. Let us do it so none of them fall. Let's do it for Henry. For Clara. For Bella. Let us do it for ourselves. He slinks forward, his mechanical arm jerking from side to side as he maneuvers it like a new prosthetic. And he is finally complete. I can't take... Well, I can't... His name was Evan. And maybe he fucking deserved to die, Fritz. Mike's eyes widen, and then rage finally consumes him. Don't you fucking say that! Don't you ever say that! Why not? He meant something to your old man. You should have taken Evan from him. You should have taken everything from him. He was my brother! Mike screams, and his eyes tinge with tears, and he can't breathe. He was my brother! It was a mistake! And he was my brother, and I loved him so much, and I killed him! It doesn't feel good! Why the fuck can't you comprehend that? It feels awful! Just because you're a selfish bastard doesn't mean the rest of us are. You can't fix me like this! I can fix anything and everything and everyone! No, you can't! What happened? I thought we already fucking talked about this, and now you're acting like this? I came down here because I was worried, and all you've shown me is that you don't know how to give! William blinks, entirely unconvinced. I do believe our definitions of giving and taking are opposite to each other, Fritz. Killing isn't giving. It is to me. William grasps onto Mike's shoulder with the spring-like arm and squeezes gently. He smiles as sharply as Bonnie does when he sings and tilts his head to the side. I just want to make the lot of you immortal. Is that such a terrible thing to want? To never have anything of yours break? We're not things. We're fucking people. Oh, Fritz, William chuckles. We're all just corpses. Is this about the bombs? Is it about drowning? Will, I'm not drowning. I won't ever drown. I won't ever die. He squeezes onto Mike's shoulder until pain begins to blossom on the area. I will not let you die. We all die, William! Mike is so tired. And he always has been, ever since he was a kid. Isn't it nice for things to be able to end? Things can't begin that way. If things didn't end, I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't finally have friends. And because of that, I can die happy. I will not let you die. I'm gonna die, Will! Mike's crying through a hesitant smile. We're all gonna die. I will not. You're gonna die. It's okay, though. You're not a corpse. Not yet. We're all alive. Isn't it so wonderful to be alive? He's so convincing that he can almost manage to persuade himself of the beauty of mortality. Is it? You're the smartest person I know. Tell me it is. I'm so tired, Will. I am so tired. I want it to be beautiful, but it's not. It never has been. He sobs without meaning to. William opens his mouth to say something, but then, as the spring locks begin to creak, he releases his grip on Mike's shoulder, and he says, I don't want you to die. I'm so scared of dying, Fritz. And the spring locks break. William's arm is stabbed through by dozens and dozens of spring locks, from his shoulder to just below his wrist. He sluggishly removes his arm from Mike's vicinity and stares at himself, without wincing in pain, without grimacing in fear, only studying the blood. Corpses, they don't bleed. He breathes out, and he looks at Mike wide-eyed as he sinks to his knees, clinging onto Mike's shirt. Fritz, I need help. He grips onto his own hair with his metal hand. I don't know what's wrong with my head. I have all of these terrible thoughts. They make me act so awfully. And Will, your arm! Mike exclaims, and he sinks to his knees, and he starts unwinding the spring locks and removes the hand, keeping the arm intact, because he knows Will could lose the arm if he doesn't keep the springs inside. He's about to rush to the landline to call an ambulance, but William clings to him, bringing Mike to sink onto the floor with him, and William is laughing, but only pitifully, not maniacally. I don't even know how to cry, he says, releasing wretched sounds masquerading as grief. I don't want to die, Fritz. I don't want you to die. I don't want Henry or Clara or Bella to die. I can't have them dying. I'll break. And they'll break. And everything always breaks and drowns. And my head is broken. And I don't know how to fix it. And if I fix you, I could fix me. And if I'm... He falls onto his forehead, beside Mike's knees. I'm scared. Well, we've got to get you help. I need help. William echoes, but with the waver in his voice, Mike knows he means it entirely differently. I need help when I was high, Fritz, I saw myself. And I was older. And I looked so much sadder. And I don't want to end up like that. I don't want you to die. I can't die, Fritz. Please, I still need to take. There's this thing inside me that makes me need it more than I need any of you. But I still need you. I still need them all. But I need to take more than anything.
No, Will. You don't need to take. You just need to breathe.
I cannot.
Head above water. Come on. Let's go get you help.
William nods on the floor, and after Mike finally helps him to his feet, his arm still bleeding, he clutches onto Mike and rests his head on the shoulder. I need help in my head, he clarifies. Fritz, the things I want to do, to and for Henry and Clara and Bella and for you, I don't... I don't think I'm okay.
Keep your head above water, all right? Let's go to the...
No hospitals! He suddenly exclaims. Clara! Take me to Clara! Mike's hesitant, but realizing that his friend is once more having an episode, he relinquishes, escorting his father to the car, leaving Spring Bonnie behind them. Fritz, do you truly think I cannot fix a single thing? If I cannot, then how can I ever not drown?
Just hold on to me, Will. Just hold on to me.
William woefully chuckles. That did not answer my question.
I know.
When they get in the car, William clutching his arm to his chest, Mike pulling out of the parking lot into Clara's, William looks to the grey sky, and he mutters, I'll make you a deal, Fritz.
What?
He smiles to himself, and then he looks at Mike. I'll stop trying to take when you stop trying to give.
Don't.
It's a deal, then. William keeps humming to himself, blood trickling onto his lap, and he looks like he's trying to stop himself from laughing. His mouth a thin line, his head shaking, and he's singing to himself. I'll care forever, and I mean forever. And the song follows them all the way to the apartment. Clara says that they were damn lucky that the endo hadn't broken through to the muscle. You'll have some nasty scarring if you don't go to the hospital, Will. He'd shrugged, content to the fact that he would have a ring of circular scars on his forearm. The bleeding had stopped, and Bella practically force-feeds him painkillers and water on the couch. Now, Clara points to her textbook in the kitchen, gesturing for Mike to follow along. Violet published way back when, in like the 1800s, about circular insanity. Manic excitement, depression, disassociation. Yeah, maybe. We don't have a lot of names for the kinds of things people have going on, Fritz. She sighs and shuts the book. Thank you for looking after him, though. Despite my best intentions, I do fancy the British bastard. Mike frowns, watching Bella take ice cream from the freezer and share it with William. How do we help him, Clara? I need to. I don't know. Listen, I'll look into some stuff. I'll keep the names anonymous, of course. I'll keep you updated, all right? All right. Thank you, Clara. I thought he was doing better. Clara shrugs. It's never a straight line, Fritz. It's a roller coaster, you know? Ups and downs. She smiles at him. I wouldn't want anyone to go on that ride with, though. I'm gonna keep him here, alright? I need to watch his arm. Make sure there's no nerve damage. I'll go call Henry. I'll stay. We'll sleep on the floor. Clara nods, and she approaches William on the couch, and he rests his head on her shoulder, and she gently traces her fingers against his wounds, trying not to cry. Henry arrives at the apartment, foregoing studying for midterms, and wraps his arm around William, careful to avoid his wounds, and then he holds him tight, like the rest of the room doesn't exist. And Mike knows that if indeed the rest of them weren't there, both of them would be holding each other far closer, whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears, wishing the rest of the world away as they loved each other. Henry sleeps in Bella's room, and William in Clara's. Mike gets the couch, but he doesn't sleep. In the middle of the night, wide awake, William goes to the bathroom, his arm wrapped in gauze and bandages. He looks at Mike through the darkness, and he whispers so none of the rest of the apartment can hear them. I love the both of them, I think. Differently, but the same. I don't know. I know well, Mike mutters. And Bella makes me want to give. Mike nods. And you? William bobs his head and ruffles Mike's hair with his good hand. You're my best mate, Fritz Smith. The room is dark, and Mike's heart is weary. But just those 6 words spark something in his chest. And before he can stop himself, he begins to cry. And William sits on the couch with him, humming a song Mike doesn't know. He thinks it sounds nice, though.